You are so lovely as always. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for shopping with us.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, all right. Now that's Tasty featuring myself. My name is Guy, everybody. It's good to see you. I love you, Facebook friends. Look, we got a pig and we got a chicken. Because you know what we're doing today? We are doing Killer Grillers barbecue. I got ribs, I got chicken, I got wings, I got burn ends. And we also have Recoop, which I want to talk to you about first. Come on back over here. So this is brand new, the first time I've aired it. And I got to tell you, this watermelon, blood orange, and ginger, I'm addicted. It is, this stuff is ridiculous, all right? You're gonna get 12 cans of the stuff. You can go a dozen in watermelon, blood orange, and a dozen in lemon lime, or you can do 6 of each, or you can do 12 of either flavor. It's hydrating, it's amazingly refreshing, it's low sodium, it has no added sugar, it has electrolytes, it has fiber, it's got everything you want, except for all that nasty sugar. We don't need that, right? And I call it a sparkling beverage because I haven't had a soda. I said to our guest, I said to her, I said, I haven't had a soda in like 15 or 20 years. One of the worst things you can drink, this sparkling beverage. You will feel no guilt and you will enjoy it so much. And also, how about racks of ribs? You know, we got Father's Day coming up. What'd you get for Dad? Dad would love 4 jumbo racks of ribs. And these are not grocery store ribs, all right? These are ribs that are done by the professionals. These are award-winning barbecue guys, all right, our Killer Griller guys, and we'll talk more about them in a bit, but you're gonna get 4 jumbo racks for $79. Let me just tell you, each one of these racks, if you try to get these at a barbecue place, are gonna be 40 bucks. I know it. At least 35, 40 bucks. We are doing them at $19.95 per rack. It is a steal, and you are getting top of the line barbecue. So Recoop coming up, the launch with me. I think it was on one other time, all right? But it is fantastic, and we got ribs and so much more. I'm actually gonna take my Recoop and go with me over here because this is making me feel good. All right, let's get into Killer Grillers. Carrie Mileto, get yourself out here. We are gonna start off with wings. I am very, very picky when it comes to wings. I'm not a big fan of the big giant one that has the big tail on it. I don't like those types of wings. I like my medium-sized wings because they're always more tender. Sure. They're always more juicy. But what's nice about what Killer Grillers does is everything is done for you. They are lightly smoked. They have a very, I would call a slightly sweet and savory flavor. Sure. They are super, super tender. You're gonna get 4 pounds. That's 2 jumbo 2-pound bags. We dropped the price $10 today, and it's free shipping and handling. These are my go-to wings, man. These are so good.
They are the
And you could,
best.
if you want, you could buffalo them up. You could do whatever you want because the seasoning is not overpowering.
That's what's great about it.
Perfect.
It's that, in Killer Grillers, that's what we do best. So it's all about making it easy for you, making it possible for you to have the best competition-style barbecue, but really just heating and eating, which that doesn't get better than that. So you don't have to heat up the grill. You don't have to do any of those things. You can just pop it open, heat it up, and you're off to the races. Now, what I'm holding here, we have the 2 different types. I'm gonna hold this one in here so you can see it fully before I broke it off. But this is our sweet and savory. So if you wanna go sweet and savory, that's the one that I think is kind of like, it's got a little bit of a tang, right? Yeah. But it's not, the sweet is kind of the more mellow part of it, I'd say, but it's also not spicy. It's just very flavorful.
Got just a little more seasoning, and I actually, the smoky honey is the one that I like.
So that's the one that's in front of you. So, or you can go smoky honey. And smoky honey, so you'll see the difference if I hold them up next to each other. Let me grab one from over here so you can kind of see coloration differences a little bit and spice differences. So smoky honey is just it's gonna give you that smoke first with the sweet of the honey finish, but neither one, I always like to make a point, neither one too overpowering. They really just are that perfect amount of just like really, God, I don't even know how to, if you like smoky things, go with smoky honey.
Yeah.
If you like tangy, like a little bit more of a spice.
Because I've tried them both, and in my opinion, they probably smoke the smoky honey a little bit longer, and it gets a little more of that penetration of the smoke flavor. So if you are a true barbecue person and you love smoke, I would go the smoky honey. For sure. If you like something a little bit lighter, then I would go the sweet and savory. But remember, you're getting 4 pounds of this. That's right. That is a lot of chicken. I mean, that's enough for probably 10, 12 different meals, right? Oh, yeah. So you're getting a lot of food for $69.95, and we're gonna deliver it. It is already cooked. Yep. My suggestion is either air fryer If you have time, you can always put it on a sheet tray and put it in your oven.
For sure,
At
yeah.
like 325 and just leave it there, because what I like about that is I like my wings always more cooked than everybody else.
Sure.
Crispy.
I do too.
So I do it. You're gonna get, right now the way they come, they're perfectly good to eat. You just wanna heat them, but if you like them a little more crispy, you've got room to do that. And then, as I said before, you can add whatever you want to it. If you want to buffalo them, go right ahead. If you have your own favorite barbecue sauce, you can add that or put it on the side. You can do these in ranch. You can do these in blue cheese. They are unbelievably tender. And I think the one thing I love more than anything else is that even when I go to like Publix, which is our supermarket down here, the wings inside the box are always assorted sizes. There's no consistency. There'll be one or two big ones. There'll be some that don't even look like a chicken wing. I don't even know what they are. It's like a little knob with some meat on it, right?
Right.
But what I love about ours is they're totally consistent. So whether you get the 2-bone or the single bone, I like the 2-bone one.
Me too.
That's always been my favorite.
Me too.
But you're gonna get a good blend of both of those.
Yeah.
Free shipping, $23 on your credit card, and we will ship them out. There's nothing better than on a game day, and it could be baseball, obviously it's baseball season now, but on a game day, having wings in your freezer.
Oh,
so you
for
don't
sure.
have to go buy them and spend all the money.
Wings are crazy expensive
Yeah,
now.
everything
Like,
is.
I can't even understand. Like, it used to always be like, oh, if you wanted to go out and get something that was kind of reasonably priced, oh, we're gonna go get wings, right? Because it was like, but not anymore. Now, especially if you want to side with it, forget it. So what I love about what we're doing at Killer Grillers is we're giving you 4 pounds of wings so that you can really have as much or as little at each sitting as you want. They come in a bag. I'm gonna show you real quick that I have down here. So the bag that they come in is like for the freezer. And then here we've just taken some out, we've used them, and then here's what's left. So then you just put your bag like this right up in the freezer. You're good to go. If you want to use the entire thing, you can. But I love that you said the different ways to heat it up. Instructions are coming along with, so it's really simple for you to follow along. My favorite is the air fryer because I think the air fryer crisp smell, I like how you like, which is crispy on the outside.
This is how I like my
Look,
wings.
yes, yes.
So, and by the way, this is the sweet and savory. I think this is sweet and savory.
It's on this side?
Yeah.
Yep, sweet and
yeah.
savory.
So this is the sweet and savory. And again, it is very, very tender. You can see the pull.
Look at
how
that.
comes right off. That is how I like my wings. And then you have a nice clean bone underneath. I'm gonna put that in my mouth. Oh my God.
It's so
these
good.
and there's not even any sauce on them.
No.
That is a perfect chicken wing.
And that's
And it has a little peppery taste at the end, but not like spicy heat.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So I think that's what's nice about it. It's flavorful and it's got like a little. I call it sassy. Like it's a little sassy, but
That's
like I
so
think it's
good.
perfect if you like a little more. You're more savory than you are about the sweet. So it's got that sweet finish, but again, it's more savory and sassy. But if you like sweeter and you want to have that like smoke forward, that's where I would go with the smoky honey. But either way you go, these are tumble seasoned. So I like that you brought that up. Here's the deal. Most restaurants, they actually put them in the fryer, your chicken wings, and then they just slap on a whole bunch of hot sauce, right? Just to mask the fact that either the chicken wings aren't that great or that they didn't take their time with them, because when you just put them in the fryer, that's just like flash frying them. A lot of times also they bread them. So these are not breaded.
Yeah.
These are tumble seasoned.
These are naked and delicious.
So good.
Yep.
And the seasoning is permeated, right? So the way when we smoke our wings, it's going into not just the skin, it's
the
going
color.
into the entire meat completely. So that's why when you bit into that, you were like, oh my gosh, because you taste that flavor all the way throughout.
And you know what? It doesn't have any of the grisly, nasty part. Like if I've had
Right.
wings, and I've had wings, we have a ton of
It's not
wings
good
places here in
quality.
Florida. You know that. We got all kinds of crazy
that.
wing places. And I cannot stand it when I bite into a wing and the skin has not been cooked properly.
Right.
Because
perfect.
because these are slow cooked and roasted, the fat has a chance to render. It's not deep fried where only the exterior
Right.
gets cooked.
That's
because
right.
that's what happens when you deep fry. You're basically cooking fast, okay? And you're crisping up the outside. But the problem is the interior doesn't have a chance to tenderize. And a lot of that gelatin and the things that are kind of ooey gooey that you don't like,
Yeah.
that melts when it's roasted. It doesn't necessarily happen when it's fried, which is why a lot of people, myself included, if I get fried wings,
Yeah.
I always ask the chef, are you single frying or double frying? Because you have to double fry.
That's right.
You have to, because you're never going to get that cooked. We got our boys over here enjoying. What do you think, guys? With some clean look. And look at clean right to the bone, right? None of that gooey stuff, none of that tendony stuff that makes you kind of gag when you eat a chicken wing. So if you want them, most popular, Pat, I believe, sweet and savory, which is that's the one that I like. And remember, if you want the smoky honey, you can do that too. But I think the sweet and savory, for me, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And by the way, as I said earlier, I'm not averse to throwing these, dressing these up with buffalo sauce.
Oh, sure.
All right, and here's what it does. Now you've got buffalo with just a little bit of that sweetness, and man, it's a home run. It is a total home run. All right, we are very busy. You can use express ordering. That's the way to go. So I'm always amazes me how universally people love chicken wings.
I mean, chicken wings are just like kind of like that easy hangout, comfort food, right? That it's just like
and you gotta work it a little bit.
You know what I mean? You gotta get in there.
I like that.
I love messy food sometimes because it takes away the posterity. Like, you know, like if we're eating and we're being all like proper, well, we kind of like let our hair down and we kind of have a good time.
What you're saying is this is not really great first date food.
Maybe,
although,
or maybe it is.
See, I would love that. Because I'm a guy. I'm like, yeah, go. I'd be like, girl, dig in, man. Eat that thing. Go in and rip that thing up.
If she eats, she's an eater. You're like, all right, that's a good sign.
Then I know she's not gonna be. That's not gonna be a lot of maintenance there because she doesn't care. She's like, hey, I don't care. I'm eating, man. Let's enjoy.
I have always been an eater.
Facebook friends, you got to order these. You're gonna love them. I love that Carrie takes them and pulls them apart because you know that's how you can tell a good wing, right? If you pull a wing apart and it snaps like a piece of rubber, that's not what you want. You want that meat to tear gently off the bone, and then you work your way around like corn on the cob. You know, I had my first 2 years of corn on the cob yesterday.
Oh, really?
There's an organic brand at the supermarket. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
And they have 2 ears of corn like in a bag and a plastic container. It's so good.
Yum.
But you know, that's another one of those summertime things. I mean, think about it. Wings and corn on the cob, come on.
So perfect. That's why we have that over there actually with our chipotle sauce that we put on it. So you don't have to sauce these. They are so delicious. That's the point he was making, that the rub that's on it is already so infused into the chicken meat that you don't need to put anything on it. The way that we do this, because we don't fry it, because we do smoke it over a long period of time, it's that low and slow cooking that's going to give you that really crispy outside, but it's going to give you that very juicy inside. So these are the juiciest, most like unbelievably great tasting wings that you're ever gonna have. And if you want sauce, you can add sauce. That's the nice part.
All right, so listen, I know our clock went down, but our producer, Pat, the amazing Pat, said we're so busy right now, we're trying to handle everybody's orders. If you can use express ordering, that's the way to go. But listen, if you don't want to mess with, and please don't buy frozen chicken wings at the supermarket.
Oh, no.
Please don't. At least if you're going to get wings at the supermarket, get the real ones, the fresh ones. But if you want really good, and I'm talking about championship caliber chicken wings.
4 pounds of them too.
This is the way to go.
You are 100% right.
All right, we're gonna go to our side here because we've got great side dishes here today. I know our beans sold out, but we do have the two double jumbo sizes of the absolute creamiest macaroni and cheese. You know, macaroni and cheese is an art form.
Yes.
Very difficult to make it perfect.
Yeah.
These guys have done it, not only with the flavor, but the consistency.
Yeah.
My son's girlfriend, her mother, Lara, makes, without a doubt, the greatest mac and cheese I've ever had. And I don't know what she puts in it, I don't ask her, but it reminds me of that because of the creaminess. Look at, it's velvety.
Look at that.
If I may use that word.
I can't even. So this just came out of the oven. And you know, much like anything else, you can cook it to the consistency you like. I like to leave it and kind of do a little bit of a kind of a charring on the top personally. But we wanted to make sure you could see it full on. This is that ooey gooey, super duper cheesy type mac and cheese. So it's got cheddar and American cheeses in there.
Last call, auto ship, 3 dozen left.
Okay, these are like, just pull it out. It comes in the container. So you're getting two pound containers.
I like to do this.
This is a ton. You can totally do that.
I like to do that.
When it gets like a little crispy on the top.
And then, because then you get this kind of, and I know this one's still warm.
I do love it too.
You get this kind of crispy coating on the outside, and this one's been sitting just for a bit, but this will be all gooey underneath. But I love, love, love the fact that you can portion it out.
Yep.
And this is enough to feed 6 people easily, and we get 2 of these, right?
That's right. So you're getting 4 pounds all together, which is a generous amount because this is a side dish, remember? So it's not going to be your main portion. But when you get in here, the nice part about this, again, as I was saying, it is the traditional This is not, you know, like mac and cheese became like all of a sudden very like fancy pants, right? So everybody was doing this cheese,
Because when we
that
were
cheese,
kids,
this cheese,
we
this
ate
cheese.
it out. We ate it out of the blue and white box, and
Right.
it was okay.
You know?
It was good. Well, you're a kid, you love that. But
Right.
it's a dry cheese mix. You got to add all that stuff. With this one, all you do, it's going to come frozen.
That's right.
Stick it in the oven, or what I would do is you could let it thaw a little bit and then transfer it to a nice baking dish.
Yep.
Add some breadcrumbs to the top with some
this here.
cheese on top, and then put it in the oven for whatever, at 375.
I love that
for
idea.
30 minutes, and
a
you're
little
good to go.
bacon. You can add a little bacon on top.
Slice some
if
hot
you want
dogs
to
in
take,
there.
we had the, you know, if you want to put it here, I'm gonna put it with my wings.
Pat says I have 170 sets of these left. So if you want to get mac and cheese, and if you want auto ship, I got like 30 orders left. So it's going really quick. By the way, that's a great idea. Did you ever do that before?
If you got the pulled pork or the pulled chicken from earlier.
She's putting macaroni and cheese on the pulled pork.
Mac and cheese on the pulled pork on a sandwich. Come on.
You know, that's going to be good.
That's crazy.
Love it.
That's
You
one of
know
those
what?
things that like deserves to be together.
And again, you're spending $49.95, but you're getting enough food here for probably 12 people, all right, for their side dish. Kat, our beautiful Kat, just brought out a hot piping one that's in a dish.
I don't want to miss this one. Let them get close on this one. Oh, there you go. We'll see. And this is what I like to do. I like to just.
Where are you guys?
He's
I don't know if we're
coming.
going to get the overhead shot.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
gosh,
try.
get in there. There it is. A
Look
little
at
bit.
this thing.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look
It's
at this.
really, really hot, so I got to be careful.
It
when
just
I'm
came
eating
out.
here.
I would be careful.
I'm going to eat that right there.
Blow on it. But see how it like kind of crisps at the top? That's how I love to
The
serve
browning
it.
kicks up the flavor.
It really does.
You know, like when you toast cheese, like in a grilled cheese.
But see, still that ooey gooey underneath.
2 dozen left in auto ship. You want to pick that up. Auto ship just means we'll send it out to you every month or two. You can customize your auto ship any way that you want. But I have, like I said, I've got about 30 left in auto ship. I have a little over 100, and you're going to get 2 of these. So if you bought the wings, do not miss out on getting the wings and the mac and cheese. Now, we have coming the best chicken tenders we carry here, in my opinion, coming up. The Killer Grillers chicken tenders are coming up. All right? In fact, I think we're ready to go over there.
You ready?
These, out of all the product, let me just tell you this, because I'm going to be totally transparent. Emerald does chicken cutlets, all right? Best chicken cutlets I've ever had. Chicken tenders, and I mean anywhere, even when I go to fast food, which I don't do very often, these are the best. Here's why. What they do is they bread them, they season them. It has a maple bourbon seasoning, very, very light, slightly sweet, and then they deep fry them. But here's what happens. They don't cook them all the way.
Yes.
So what you do when you get them home is I would take them out of the freezer, maybe let them thaw overnight. You don't have to. You can put them in the oven frozen if you want. I just like, it's a better, you get a better cook if you don't do that. But that's why they're so juicy, because they're not already cooked up to death, and then you recook them.
Right.
You are finishing the cooking process.
That's right.
And guys, if you love tenders, you got to buy these. These are. I said this before. My two favorite things. In the chicken category for Killer Grillers is this. And in the pork, it's always hard for me to decide between the pulled pork and the ribs, because they're 2 different animals to me. But look at how juicy and tender that chicken is. And notice that the breading isn't falling all over the place.
That's
it
right.
adheres.
That's right.
Because they haven't been cooked to death.
That's right.
So here's what you're going to get. Let me switch to my proper card. You are going to get not 2, 3, 4. You're going to get 5 pounds of tenders. I know it's a lot, but listen, they go quickly. You're going to pull out 5 or 6.
Whatever you need.
Whatever you need. And you're going to put them on a sheet pan or in your air fryer. And you're going to give them a good cook. Now, in the air fryer, usually a little bit quicker because it's a smaller space. I honestly, I do a lot of things in my air fryer, but when it's something like chicken, I like to do it traditionally on a sheet in my oven. Because I can do it slower.
Yeah.
And I don't have to keep an eye on it, because in my air fryer, I turn away for 3 minutes and something goes from brown to black.
That can happen, yeah.
So anyway, but look at the moisture on your fingers. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, first off, okay, so what This is our maple bourbon, and I have to start there because, guys, I am standing over this, okay? And forgive me, I'm just gonna wipe my hands. I'm standing over this, and the smell is so inviting. It is so delicious. I'm automatically hungry when I smell this. And maple bourbon, if you go, well, what's that like? So it's a rub that is in the breading, and then this is a white meat chicken inside. So you saw when I cut into it. So a white meat chicken surrounded, perfectly breaded. I really believe that these are like, sometimes you can get where there's too much breading and not enough meat.
I mean, really, if you guys can get really close.
Look at that, get it, get it.
I want you to see how juicy.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Look at how juicy that chicken is. I know you're like, well, I've never seen tenders where they are that, I mean, you guys can see how juicy that chicken is. And that's because they are par cooked and they're not overly cooked. You know, when you buy chicken tenders, and by the way, there's a whole grain chicken tender that's on the market from a very famous company.
Yeah.
You get about 7 or 8 decent sized pieces.
Yeah.
It's gone up in price. It is now almost $16. It's $15.95 for a bag.
I believe it.
I stopped buying it. I used to like it because it was whole grain. And it's overcooked. They're always dry.
Yep.
The breading falls off.
Yep.
You will absolutely love these. And by the way, my producer, Pat, just reminded me, the price for these goes up at midnight to $89.95. So you're saving yourself $10 if you buy it today. And please know, you're getting 5 pounds of chicken tenders. That is, I mean, put it this way.
It's a lot.
You'll probably eat, the average person would probably eat maybe a half pound, maybe a third of a pound.
Yeah.
So when you think about, 5 pounds, that's a lot of meals. And if you have kids or grandkids,
easy.
or you're a senior, these have no spice. They're not spicy whatsoever. And if you want to buffalo these, you can do that. You can teriyaki them because that maple bourbon just gives them a really sweet, but pleasant, not over anything.
No, it's so wonderful. Just the smell of it alone makes you hungry. You're ready to go.
Good.
There's a salad where we just chopped it up. I love to do bowls with this as well. So if you just want to do some rice and some beans and just pop this right in there, you can do that as well. But there's, to your point, I just want to talk about the fact that these are all different sizes. You saw me holding up different tenders. If this is
real
not
chicken.
The machine that's just like popping out tenders, or like how you were saying chicken nuggets, which are just,
Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
I raised a child, and we went to the Golden Arches on a fairly regular basis, but I will tell you, neither he or I go there hardly ever.
Sure.
Because he's grown up now, and he's like, yeah, I know, and you're a kid, but what I love about these is they're getting that wonderful flavor. Your kids will love them. Yeah. But it's not going to be processed chicken. Correct. This is real white meat chicken. When you buy tenders at any of the fast food places, and I'm not poo-pooing them because I get it, it's a business, everybody wants to make money, but it's a processed chicken. So it's got dark meat, it's got some white meat, it's got a lot of, it may even have skin in it, fillers. This is chicken and a wonderful light breading that is already cooked about 60% of the way. Yep. And all you need to do is take them on and put them on a sheet tray and just stick them in the oven. I mean, it's that easy. Easy. You will be impressed. Like to me, this is really good stuff.
It's so good.
I would get these before I'd get the wings if I was going to get one or the other.
Sure.
I would get the tenders.
Because I think
really a personal
thing. They're so different, I think, because this is going to really change what you think about a tender.
Yeah, they're so good.
The different sizes and the way that it is, I just used one tender to make a sandwich. So I did like a chicken tender sandwich. It was one tender because this one was just that perfect size to go right over top of that. That's one. That is one guy. Look at that. Boom. Okay. And then over here, if you're doing a meal like with our mac and cheese, I just did 2 tenders because they were a generous size. This 5 pounds is really gonna go far for you because you only really need a couple, decently sized tenders and you're full. That's a serving.
And again,
look at it.
I want you to see, so there's the breading that you see and it's beautifully breaded.
So good.
And notice it's not overly breaded. There's no skin on these, okay? That's just a little bit of a crust. And again, they are fall apart, juicy. Yum. You can see right there how juicy that chicken is. You guys will flip over these. I have no doubt. Like, if I ever read a review and somebody was like, I didn't care for them, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about because I was in a restaurant for 20 years. And let me tell you, if I got these in a restaurant, I'd be very, very happy with that. And I could tell right out of the gate that it's all white meat chicken. Cut it up, put it in a Caesar salad. Like, cook it warm and then put it in a cold Caesar salad. Fantastic. Make hoagies out of it, or we used to call grinders, right? You can use this in stir fries. You can use it on a salad if you're going, you know, low carb. There's so many different ways, but it's so nice to have 5 pounds of chicken ready to go in like 15 minutes.
So easy.
Anytime.
And for me, it's the air fryer. I mean, that's my way to go, but sure, you can use the oven if you have your oven.
I just burn stuff all the time because I'm such a dope.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll be watching TV and I'll be like, and the dog's sleeping over here, and I'll be like,
he needs a timer.
What is that? What's that smell?
What is that?
Is that oh, that's my tater tots. Now they're completely black.
You do have to remember.
It goes quick.
That is one of the things.
I know.
But yeah, the great thing about an air fryer is it does move so fast so that you can be eating very quickly, but you do have to watch it.
Do you know I almost drank this entire can?
Oh my gosh! You just started that.
Greg, Susan, this stuff is ridiculous.
I have to try it.
This is so good. You know what's
Which
funny?
one is that one?
Wasn't I like a little low energy when you saw me today?
Yes, you were saying
this
like,
is
oh,
helping
I'm
me.
dragon.
I don't know what it does. It's hydrating me, that's for sure.
You're recouping.
I am
That's the name of it.
recouping.
You're recouping. That's
We
what
have
it's all
this,
about.
and it's my first show with Susan. We're going to be up in a sec. All right, you're not going anywhere.
No, I'm gonna have a
You
snack.
are a busy little bee today. We have ribs coming up. What else we got? Burn ends.
Oh my
Burn
gosh.
ends.
And those always go so fast.
And they're not traditional biscuit burn ends. They are pork burn ends. They're even better. All right, coming up. Well, not coming up. I'm just going to mention it. Salsa Queen, who couldn't be here, she sent us a couple of dips. You get a 3-pack. You either go the Chipotle or you go the jalapeno. It's a wonderful, creamy, delicious, like ranchy, and it's authentic creamy jalapeno or creamy. I think the other one is Chipotle. Yeah, I like the jalapeno. I'm not a Chipotle guy, but I like the jalapeno. All right, we are going to step away. When we come back, you get to try this stuff. Amazing.
G by Giuliana Home combines fashion and function for the home. For the woman who's vibrant, fun, and fashionable and wants her home to reflect that. It's fashion for the space you live in, exclusively for HSN.
I cannot run out of these products, so I'll let you in on a little secret. I have them on auto ship. It's the best way to stock up on all the items I love from HSN. Regular deliveries come on my schedule. For example, this comes every 90 days. But this dog shampoo comes a little more often. The best part is, the price I paid is locked in. Auto ship. Get more of what you love when you need it.
Live your summer in style. From your favorite brands to all new celeb designer collections. Don't miss Summer in Style, Thursday at midnight.
God's honest truth, I came into work today. I don't know why I wasn't feeling particularly great. I took the dog for a long walk. Maybe got overheated. It's pretty hot here in Florida. But I grabbed one of these about 30, 40 minutes ago, and I've been drinking it. I'm not going to make any medical claims. All I'm telling you is I feel like 100% better than I did before. It's called Recoop. It is gut healthy hydration. It's brand new to me. I have not aired this before. I think it's been on one other time. People are falling in love with it. What it is exactly what it says on the can. It is gut health hydration in the most incredible flavor. And what I love about it is what's in it. I don't, you know, because you know what's in a regular soda. This is not a soda. This is a sparkling beverage. A soda to me, well, to anybody, ask anybody out there in the medical world and be like, should I drink sugary soda? No, it's probably one of the worst things you can do, especially if you're trying to lose weight and feel good about yourself. In fact, this is how much sugar estimated right here is in a can of soda. I want you to look at that. Can you see how much sugar is in there? 1 can of soda. So you wonder, you know, is that good for me? Is it, I mean, my teeth, all those different, my digestion. So what's wonderful about this, in addition to the flavor, because we have 2 flavors. The flavor I'm passionate about right now is the watermelon blood orange. I love both those flavors. They combine them, it's fantastic. And we also have a lemon lime ginger. Both have real ginger juice in them. None of them have added sugar. They are low sodium. There are no artificial flavors. There is no caffeine. It's real ginger juice. It's made with electrolytes. And get this, it has 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. I mean, look at all the things it does not have. And those are all the things you do not want. And look at all the good stuff it has. We are doing a 12-pack. The 12-pack is on sale today. You can choose all watermelon, blood orange, or you can choose all lemon lime. What I would do, and I have not even tried the lemon lime, I can't wait to try that one. I would get 6 of each, okay? And it's $34.95. If you want auto ship, you gotta be quick, because I know the auto ship is going. This is free shipping and handling. Susan Hartman, who is one of the co-founders of this amazing beverage, come on out here. Get to your little spot over here. We got a little spot for you.
Hi, good to see you.
I am very good to see you too. I am very picky about stuff like this. I told you when we hung out earlier, I have not had a regular soda.
15 years, you
At
said?
least. And what's funny is all the kids, my son is grown up now, all his buddies, none of them drink like regular soda. They're all like drinking these prebiotic, wonderful drinks. And I have to, I know it's a fantastic thing, and you're going to tell me a little about the company because I know you're one of the co-founders, but it's just, the stuff is amazing. And if it didn't taste good, I'd be like, okay, it's okay. It's really, really good.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks so much. Well, yes, just happy to share it. So Recoop, it's an organic hydration beverage that's packed with amazing ingredients. So the prebiotic fiber you mentioned, the ginger, and then electrolytes. So we launched, and we are so happy to be here to offer this amazing group of flavors. Tell you a little bit about the prebiotic fiber. We have 11% of your daily value of fiber. So you have 1 or 2 of these a day, you're on your track for your fiber goals. And then
you don't taste the fiber.
A little bit of this.
Yeah, you don't taste the fiber whatsoever.
No. The ginger has been used for thousands of years.
I'm gonna be completely 100% with you here. Normally, when I drink a ginger drink, they put too much, it's almost too gingery, but I can taste it right at the end. I taste a little of that, because ginger is very refreshing, but it also has a little zip to it.
It is.
This is perfect.
It's like a little hug from the inside.
I gotta try the lemon lime.
Yes, let me get you a lemon lime.
Okay.
So lemon lime ginger. So ginger is amazing. It's been used for thousands of years for digestion, for settling your stomach.
I take it.
After a workout.
I take supplements with ginger and turmeric and all that stuff.
Try that.
All right.
Would you like a straw?
Look at this. I'll just go right in.
There you go. So the other ingredient is electrolytes, and they come from maple tree water. What do you think?
Now I don't know which one I like better. I'll tell you, this one is a lighter, cleaner taste, the lemon lime. You could put cocktails and make cocktails with this stuff too. And again, you're not getting that added sugar, which is really, it's the bane of all sodas, right? We trick our kids as little kids to fall in love with sugar, right? And we know that, natural sugar can be okay, but everything has to be limited.
Yes.
Why do it in your beverage that you may, and what's nice too is I could drink 4, 5, 6 of these a day if I wanted, and I don't feel guilty.
Yes, and that's sugar in beverages is one of the sneakiest ingredients. So this has 5 grams of sugar in the entire can, no added sugar. So they're all occurring naturally in the juices, in the maple tree water.
This stuff.
And so that's kind of our secret weapon here. We use maple tree water, which when the trees make maple sap in the spring, right? They draw up from the earth. They infuse that water with minerals.
We sell maple syrup here, so you know about that.
I was like, this guy knows maple tree water.
Well, yeah, and I also, because I know when you actually taste maple tree water, it doesn't have a lot of flavor until it's reduced down into a syrup, but you are still getting a natural way to enhance the flavor of this, and I love that it comes from trees.
Yes.
Because, I'm all about that. I love things that are shelf stable. I love, things that have one ingredient, all that stuff. We are very busy. I knew we would be. If you want to get this, I don't have a ton of these to go around. It is very limited. Remember your choices. You can get a dozen of the blood orange with watermelon. I like them both, but I still think I like that blood orange and water. I'm a huge.
It's my favorite.
Like I get when watermelon is in season here in Florida, I buy it. It's always in my refrigerator because I eat it. And my dog loves it. So I'm not giving her this. That's for sure. She's not getting this in her bowl. But you could do a dozen of the strawberry of the watermelon, blood orange, or you could do the lemon lime. Both have the ginger, and both are. There's Carrie and Dan. Totally refreshing. And you know what's nice? There is a little bit of there's a subtle hint of sweetness, but it's not ridiculous.
It's natural. It comes from the juices. So in addition to no added sugar, we actually don't have any added sweeteners. So there's no stevia, there's no sucralose, there's none of that fake bitter sweetness that a lot of the healthier beverages have. A lot of functional beverages have that kind of fake sweetness.
The aftertaste,
none of that.
The aftertaste is clean.
Yes.
And I am I have a very well-developed set of taste buds. I was in the restaurant business for 20 years. I worked in every kind of restaurant. And I'm a cook. I cook everything.
Yep.
And I can always tell when something has had an artificial sweetener put in. I can always tell. Very few things that we have here. We have like our red chocolate. You'd never know. There's no aftertaste. It's just clean. You got to try this stuff, all right? We are very busy. Pat, what's most popular? I bet the combo. Yep. So if you want to get 6-pack of each, we'll do that, or you could do 12 of either one. I think right now I may do a combo, but I think I love that watermelon flavor so much because I'm a big watermelon fan. And honestly, you know, on the weekends, I would make a drink out of that. Right?
So it's a great.
And I'm not telling you to drink. I'm just telling you that I could easily make a cocktail out of that. You know what I would do too? Freeze some chunks of watermelon.
Oh yes. We
Put
served
those in
this
there.
at my wedding with
Yes.
alcohol and without.
Yeah.
So we had it as
You could do it
either a
with
mixer or a mocktail.
If you did either one, you could do a dry white wine, so it's not
yeah.
heavy duty.
With this
and make
one
a
with
punch.
Prosecco. So if you do
Yes.
the watermelon blood orange with Prosecco, that's delicious. And honestly, a lot of mocktails out there have 12, 15 grams of sugar in them. 8, 9 o'clock at night, you don't want to drink that much sugar. So having something with no added sugar that's low in overall sugar is really powerful. I mean, partly I'm a busy mom, so I like something to wind down in the evening. It's nice to have something that I know is going to make me feel great the next day. Getting a little bit of that extra hydration in at the last minute. I'll grab one, you know, if I'm getting in the car on the way to school.
You know who would love this? Seniors out there. You know, it's funny because when my mom passed a while back, but when she was here with us, we were constantly trying to get her nutrition and to make sure she got plenty of hydration because I'm like, you need to drink stuff. You need to drink water, whatever you have. For our senior friends out there, this is not only a great way to get that, but the electrolytes, which are really great for gut hydration and gut health, but you're also getting a little bit of fiber as well. So here's what I have left. I have about 300 remaining, and that includes everything, the combo, the auto ship, and then either one on its own. So very, very busy. And if you play golf or you play tennis, throw a couple of these in your cooler, right? You know, you're halfway through something, like halfway through golf. The last thing you want to drink is a sugary soda or even worse, a diet soda. It's if I'm going to drink a soda, I might as well suck down the sugar.
Get the real sugar,
I might as well
because fake, right?
because the fake stuff is even worse for you. But it's refreshing, organic ingredients. And that's realistically all the things that are in here, you know, that's what justifies the cost on it because you really put a lot in this. This is not like, there's a lot of no-name brands that you see in the store and you're like, that's garbage. That's somebody trying to make a quick buck. This is the real deal stuff. No added sugar, no weird aftertaste, very, very clean. We actually, Pat put our left counter up so you can see way over there. That's what we got left. So I know our clock's going down, but we're going to extend a little bit of time. We got another minute. Give us kind of the once-over of why this stuff's so good for us.
So 3 key ingredients. There's prebiotic fiber, and that's 11% of your daily value of fiber. So 97% of us are not hitting that fiber goal. This will get you on your way. We have ginger, which has been known for thousands of years for gut health, for digestion, for easing your stomach, and then electrolytes from maple tree water. So these are premium ingredients. These are ingredients you can't find in other places, and that's why it's a little bit more, but it's because it's high quality. And you know, you care about what you're putting in your body. You don't want added sugar. You don't want those fake sweeteners. There's no dye. Everything, that's the real color of the juice that's coming through.
Too.
It's all organic,
Nothing
so certified
artificial.
organic.
I mean, listen, there's, you know, as we grew older, we're trained to stay away from things like cans of sugary soda, right? Our doctors tell us that, the dentist will tell anybody to tell you, because literally you're just drinking diluted sugar in water, and you read the label and you're like, oh my gosh, there's all these things. When you read this label, and I will read it right here because I got my glasses on. Organic maple sap, organic ginger juice, organic watermelon juice, organic agave, organic lemon juice, organic blood orange, organic. Everything is organic, all right? Everything that's in there is good for you. And honestly, you know, you gotta try it. You know, and again, we're not promoting it as a health drink. What we're saying is that this is a much better choice than some of the other choices that are out there.
100%.
You know?
Yes, just staying hydrated.
So Pat says with 150 left, if you're in the ordering process, stay there, but this is on its way to sell out. It'll be selling out in just a matter of minutes. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. By the way, if you want to get $15 off anything today, get a brand new HSN credit card. And Hey, we'll give you 15 bucks. I'm giving away free money. Take it, use it on anything. Even on our burn ends. All right, so I know I'm doing a lot of sensationalizing here today, but I will tell you, I've had traditional burn ends.
Okay.
You go to a barbecue place. I'm gonna ask you this, because you're kind of from barbecue town too. Wherever you go.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Never fails.
Yep.
I went to one called Bear Smokehouse in Connecticut when we got snowed in and we were stuck at the airport. And it was thank God it was open. We were all going, burn ends, burn ends. We got there. Guess what sold out?
Of course.
Always sells out.
First thing to sell
because
out.
the burn end is actually a part of the brisket that they slice off the top and then they re-season it and they put it back in and they cook it longer. It's a fattier part of the brisket. We are doing it with pork. And let me tell you, when you eat one of these chunks, it has a little bit of a crystallized barbecue sauce on the interior, and the inside melts like butter in your mouth. Look at that.
I
Oh
can press it with my fingers and it breaks. Like that is like butter. That's like when you say, and every bit you look at I thank you for explaining that. This is a pork shoulder that we cook for approximately like 12 to 14 hours. We pull it out, we add more sauce, and then we cook it for another 6 to 8 hours. And that's how you get those burnt ends sensation. That's the way that's the sauce that actually gets burnt on. And so, but that's a low and slow. The only way to get this is low and slow, and that's why it sells out so quickly and why there's never a lot of it is because it's very painstaking. So it takes a long time. It takes about 2 days for us to get our burnt ends just right. So it's always very limited. And so for that reason, anyone who knows and loves barbecue for sure, look at you going in. Do you know I can still taste the ginger? I had that lemon lime.
I put this one in the freezer before. By the way, we're almost sold out of the Recoop. If you
Love
want to
it.
get it, you still can. I love it with what we're eating.
It's so perfect.
Because it's not overly sweet and it's cleansing as I'm eating the barbecue. So I gotta give everybody the details, Carrie. So
For sure.
You're getting 4 pounds of burn ends.
Yeah.
They are already seasoned. They have already been smoked. They have already been sauced. You can always add more sauce if you want, but what you want to do is you get 4 1-pound pouches.
Yeah.
Take a pouch out, let it defrost.
Yep.
These I would definitely put on a sheet tray, and I would put these in the oven. I would be wary of putting this in the air fryer only because they're already very well cooked and already have a subtle char.
Yeah.
And they do have a barbecue coating, so they could burn easily. Slow cook them at like 325 for like 30, 40 minutes. Keep checking on them, and every once in a while, give them a little jiggle. And guys, you will have like the best part of barbecue ribs, but you'll have it without any bone. It is unbelievable.
It is so good. And I love those little caramelized pieces. That is really, really like a flavor punch. I mean, it really it makes it a really enjoyable experience. You can pop these onto sandwiches. I'm gonna go over here and put them on some tacos. They really make
Do
a
you know
delicious taco.
I have 20 orders left in the single ship. 20 orders
my
left.
gosh.
If you
I knew
want to
that was
get,
gonna
and that's in the
happen.
4 pound. If you want to get the 8 pound, which is the way I would go, because these things, man, we don't get a lot of these. I've only got 21 orders left, and I have about the same, a little bit less in auto ship on either one. So 20 orders in the 4 pound and about 20 orders in the 8 pound as well. You are getting nothing but meat. And remember, this is a part of the pork that does have some fat, but the fat is liquefied inside. Well, Carrie will show you a close up.
I mean, look at this is a great piece to
It's a
show
great
off
piece.
the caramelization and everything else that's happening, right? So you got this piece here. So so that piece is going to be a little harder, not hard, but like harder because it's got that caramelization. But look what happens when I go
look at the
inside.
smoke.
Do you see the smoke?
Look at the smoke ring.
That nice smoke
And then
ring.
that outside, the bark.
The bark
It's
is
the best part of like
best.
when you
It
get
really
ribs.
is. So, yeah, you're not having to do any of the work. You're just biting right in, and all of those pieces, no matter which piece I pick, okay, so it's gonna have that beautiful caramelization. Again, I can just take it right between my fingers and just smush it, and it just smushes in my hands. So, imagine the most delicious, tasty meats that just melt in your mouth with our amazing sauce.
You know what this would be good with? All right, make a banh mi.
Yeah. Oh.
So you take, you get a roll and you put like 4 or 5 pieces on. You put a little paper thin slices of jalapeno, a little pickled daikon, some carrot, maybe some radish, a little bit, and a lot of cilantro.
That would be delicious.
And maybe like an avocado lime crema.
You getting fancy. I love
It's
it.
just my brain. Can you tell I'm hungry?
It's making
I had a half a chicken salad sandwich. That's all I had today.
Well, you
and
got
homemade
enough.
and I had a little bit of pea soup because I got a honey baked ham for Christmas and I made pea soup. But guys, everything is done. And I love, Carrie, that it's 4 1-pound bags.
Yes.
So I don't have to commit to the entire thing. I can take a bag out.
Do we still have the 8 pounds if they want the 8 pounds?
Here's the update. I got
Okay, good.
18 left of the 4-pound and 19 left of the 8-pound. If you want auto ship, good luck. There's about a dozen, not even a dozen in the 4-pound. But to me, this is pure enjoyment. You know what this is? This is spoiling yourself.
Oh, for sure.
This is, I mean, you gotta.
Oh, look at them eating.
I mean, look at it. Come on, guys. And it's so versatile. You could make a sandwich out of it. You could do it over noodles if you wanted to do it that way.
That would be delicious.
It'd be wonderful with rice. You could do this as the protein on a salad as well, right? It would be wonderful if you're doing anything in the Asian family. So if you're doing stir fry or whatever it is you're doing there, it would be perfect for that because it does have that really great, subtly sweet caramelized flavor, but so juicy and tender inside. And again, the only way you get that is by slow cooking.
That's right.
Pork has very little inherent fat on most of the pork that we eat. Like even our ribs that we have doesn't have a ton of fat on it.
Yeah.
So you need to cook it slowly so that fat can melt back into the meat and render out a little bit. Otherwise, you're chewing big lumps of fat. And you'll notice as Carrie is getting her hands filthy, but opening these up, when she opens it up, you look inside them. What are you seeing? You're seeing rendered, juicy, wonderful pork fat, but you're not seeing the globules, if I may use that word, of fat. You're seeing meat. So if you want it, I got 6 left in the 4-pound, and I got a dozen left. I got 30 orders for everybody. All right, we got to move on.
That's why it sells out first.
Every time.
Every time.
All right, so the star of the show that I promoted, man, this Recoop is
It's so good.
jacking me up. I feel good.
I like ginger. That's one of my favorite things.
So let's talk ribs.
Yeah.
I have not aired ribs in probably a month and a half. And these are the ribs that I would suggest for everybody out there. What I would not do, I would not go to the supermarket and buy anything in a plastic container. All right? Those ribs are mass produced. These ribs are produced by Killer Griller's award-winning barbecue team. When Carrie holds up this rack, and I want you to look at it front and back, and we'll get a close-up before you turn it around. I want you to, I know where it's at now. So these are,
there it went. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, you went too far.
I went too
All
far.
right, but you can pick it up and lift it over to the other side too. I want you to see this side. That is all rendered down fat. These ribs literally are the perfect ribs to order. They're always done perfectly. They're seasoned fantastic. The sauce is actually in the bag, and you are gonna get 2 2-pound sealed bags of baby back ribs with ideal tenderness, no work. Heat them, eat them. If you wanna do them on the grill for a few minutes, you can do that. If I like putting them on a sheet tray and putting them in the oven. All right, but remember to squeeze out the bag because the bag has a lot of sauce in it too. We sell these out every time we bring them in. Our price is ridiculous for the amount of meat you get because you are getting 4 of these gigantic racks. Now, if you ordered a rack like that at a championship barbecue place, anywhere out in the Midwest or whatever, $40 minimum for 1 rack. We're doing it for $19.95 because you get 4 racks for $79.95. All right, you can cut them in half. 1 rack, I could not eat a whole rack. I would eat a half a rack at the most.
I'd probably eat a quarter
Even
rack.
Danny would probably eat a half rack because
if I'm real
remember,
hungry.
you're talking about a lot of meat and not a lot of fat. The fat renders down.
That's right.
See, what you get when you order from the supermarket or you get that bag of whatever it's called, ribs, first of all, you never know what it's going to be like until you take it out.
That's right.
It's always undercooked.
They're always chewy.
They're chewy.
Yep, 'cause
the
they cook them too
sauce is
fast.
bland.
Yep.
And here's why, what she just said, because they cook them too fast.
Yep.
These ribs are slow cooked in a smoker for hours, wrapped, recooked again for tenderness. Finally, a final glaze is put on top, and then they are packaged for you. And I love when you do that. We're not even using a knife.
Nope.
And
Not
look at
necessary.
this, look at this smoke.
Let me see if I can get, yeah, I'm gonna pull a bone for you. So like I just pull a bone right out. So that's what you want from a rib. You want it to give a little light tug, but you also want it to kind of slide right out, right? So that's what we're able to do. So all we're left with here now is tons of meat. So this is all meat that was left over. You see that smoke ring throughout there that's absolutely telling you this was that low and slow cooking that's so necessary to get a meat that is super juicy, that is super tender. We are not cutting corners here at Killer Grillers. This is Brian Teeters and JB Smith. This is competition Memphis style barbecue. Everything that we're doing is to make it easy for you. So I love that you said don't buy it at the grocery store. The grocery store ones are not taking that time to give you that 12 to 14 hours of smoking. And so what you're getting, there's the boys, yeah, winning their prizes. And you know, to win in competition barbecue, you gotta have the most high quality meat.
Yeah.
You gotta have the best seasoning.
I got Dan the Man, I got Carrie, and I got Taylor.
I like
And
that
you're
hat,
coming
Taylor.
up.
Oh, thank you. I think I have your hat. You want to wear the hat?
I don't know, that would never fit this giant bison head.
And it's color.
Darling, we got the grill coming up too. So what do you guys think of the ribs?
Jerry, they're so good.
Are they great?
They're so good.
Yeah. And by the way, we have our grill coming up in just a bit, so I'm excited about that as well. Our Blackstone grill. So here, I wanted to show everybody really quickly this right here. I just cut
go
this
for it.
rib in half.
Yep.
And I wanted you to see the difference. Do you see that reddish color there? That's not undercooked. That it comes from smoke. If your ribs don't have a smoke ring, you're not going to get that flavor. It's not overdone. And the bottom, you see this? I'll pull this aside. Do you see that mahogany color? That's what you dream about when you make ribs, because that's what makes these so tender. See how it just pops? And then look at the meat that is inside there. Clean off the bone. All right, but it still has a little bit of chew, because you don't want it falling apart all over the place. The flavor, I mean, look at that bark. Look at this.
So perfect.
That is what you pay for right there.
Yep.
That is all flavy flav.
And this is the way it comes. So it's
my
gonna come in the
God.
packages, so you can just pop it right into the freezer. The instructions, again, we always like to give you the very easiest way to be able to warm these up in various different ways, and we'll give you the instructions with the minutes and everything, how to thaw them, how long to thaw them, all that sort of thing. So we wanna make it easy for you at Killer Grillers. Brian always said he wants to take all the work out of it for you. He'll do the work. He's the award-winning competition style barbecuer, so he'll do the work for you. You just have to heat and eat. And I think that's what's fantastic, because you know what? When that rib moment sets in.
Yeah. Well,
know,
we just sold out of the honey.
Okay.
All right, so the honey single order, which is the 4 pounds. We do have auto ship in that. We have 20 left. I like tangy. That's my favorite. All right. The tangy sauce is the one that I like, and that's the one that we still are okay on. I got a couple hundred of those. But if you want the auto ship, I'm telling you, it's going to go very, very quickly. And I don't have much in the auto as well. What's the difference, do you think, between the tangy and the honey sweet?
So kind of like with the wings, so the tangy is going to give you, if you're more of a savory person and you kind of like having
like the tangy.
a little, I think you'd be tangy as well. I was trying to cut these guys.
The
but look
tangy
at
to
how
me
they're
is the one that has the
falling
most kind of
apart.
barbecue-y flavor.
Yes, so that's like
whereas the other one just doesn't have as much of the smoky kind of barbecue flavor. And it's, by the way, neither one is, what I love about what these guys do, they're not over smoked. I've had ribs at a rib place, tastes like I was taking bites of charcoal.
That's right, you don't want that either.
And they were overcooked as
You don't
well.
want that either.
With these, everything is done to perfection. They have figured it out over there at Killer Grillers, and all the ribs are done absolutely perfectly. I love showing both sides. And again, sorry about that.
You're fine.
Look at the color. That mahogany color right there is exactly what the bottom of your racks should look like. That means this is all this, the skin that was down there has liquefied, and now that is just gonna pop open. I recommend you use a knife. You don't have to, but if you're portioning it out.
There we go.
And just remember, put the knife where it's soft, not where the bone is.
That's
But
right.
look at this, look at that, Carrie.
Look at that.
Come on.
You cannot fake that. That is a true smoked rib. That takes a minimum of 12 hours to get that just right. And that's babysitting this rib for that entire time, making sure, again, that it's not drying out, that it's not you know, overcooking or anything like that. So they got to get it just to the right spot, and then they're sending it home to you, and all you have to do is heat and eat. The sauce is already in the packet, by the way, so I showed you that packet. Make sure you cut that packet open when you after you take your ribs out, and get all the extra sauce out of there so that you can just do a nice little glaze on top of your ribs when you're all finished, because I highly recommend that.
And again, as far as cooking it, if you do have a barbecue grill, if you got a Blackstone, whatever you have, you can just put it out there and let it come to temperature and let it kind of start to bubble a little bit. Be careful if you're going to put it on a charcoal grill, because again, it already has the sauce on it. So it's really at the finishing stage. You don't want it to burn.
Yeah.
I would not do an air fryer, only because again, whenever you have barbecue sauce, it burns so easily. I would do these at 300 or 325 in a regular oven on a sheet rack, and then just eventually just baste them. You can add your own sauce, because the tangy sauce is not overly strong.
Yeah.
It complements the pork perfectly.
It really, really does. And you know, listen, there's just so many. We can just go a little of this on top, boom, boom. I love that you mentioned, and you can go either way with this as well. If you want to serve these ribs like in many different variations, like here we're just showing like some potato salad, our corn on the cob, because I know you were mentioning your corn on the cob.
And you know what else you do? You get a nice big scoop of potato salad.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Well, that's so good
That's what's wonderful. I wanted everybody to see exactly what you're getting.
How much you're getting.
Because this is a lot of food. I'm going to pull this one out. And I want you to see that you are getting, and these obviously have not been warmed yet, so I can grab them. You are getting 4 jumbo racks of ribs. That is a lot. And these, which we have not even reheated, already have that great color on the bottom. And remember, I say they need about 30 to 40 minutes in the oven.
It's about right. Here you go.
Because I don't want to rush them.
Oh, you got one over here?
We need more wet towels.
I know, mine's so dirty.
Well, it's ribs, man.
It's how it goes.
But you don't need much. I have 200 left. Now, the 200 is the single. I got 170 in the single. If you want the honey, I got 5 left, but they're only on auto ship. But I honestly, you guys trust me pretty good. I like the tangy. It's more traditional barbecue to me.
Yeah.
I think it has more flavor.
All right, watch this.
Wouldn't you say? I just think it has a little more depth because it's tangy.
It's really kind of our signature sauce at Killer Grillers. I'm just pulling these apart, like all of a sudden. This is the edge, this is the end, but like tons and tons and tons of meat. All this meat just came off this one little area.
Look at that.
Look at that. I mean, so if you're talking about enjoyment, if you're talking about having not only a delicious meat, but a very meaty rib, that's the other thing about the grocery store ones. I feel like they're very minuscule, like it's very small ribs. They don't have hardly any meat, so you're like doing all this work, and you're getting hardly nothing.
These guys will not put it in a package if it doesn't live up to their standards.
100%.
Whereas if you work in commercial kitchens, you're throwing it in and saying bye-bye. Throwing it in and saying goodbye. All right, we just sold out of honey in the auto ship, but we still have the tangy, all right? And remember, the tangy is the one that I like. It's totally up to you. You're gonna get 4 jumbo racks. You're gonna get 2 racks in each bag. So if you're doing a party, and you got about 8 people, 1 bag would take care of all those people, because we're talking about feeding about 16 people here.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a lot of meat, and these are not little. I've gone to barbecue places and gotten a full rack. It's 2/3 the size.
Oh, yeah.
They use a smaller rack.
For sure.
You're getting jumbo racks, all right? And you can see that beautiful smoke ring on all of them. I mean, it's just, you can't miss with these,
No
which is why they've been probably our most popular barbecue item for years and years.
They go crazy.
They just go nuts.
And it's really...
Ribs are hard.
Ribs are hard. They take
really
so
hard.
long, and you really have to babysit them, and just one wrong move, and you just wasted a very expensive piece of meat. So being able to know that you're getting a high-quality rib to begin with, that you can look at these and see that these are not just any ribs. These are Killer Griller ribs. These are Memphis competition-style ribs, and that's what's gonna give you that first really great meat to start with. Then we're gonna do our proprietary seasonings. Then we're going to smoke it for 10 to 12 to 14 hours, making sure, again, when it's right, that's when it gets pulled, that's when it gets packaged. When it's sent to you, it is already cooked, it is already sauced. All you have to do is open it up, heat it up, and serve. So even...
Dan, my man, the cameraman is like, guy, don't mess that shot up. Look at this. And let me tell you, this is a lot of ribs. This is heavy.
It's a lot of ribs.
It is probably... I mean, what do we say? It's got to be 4 or 5 pounds of ribs. I mean, I would bet that's even more, because I know, you know what I mean? Because don't forget, we don't chop off the end of a rib. We give you 4 big racks.
It's around 4 pounds.
We estimate it. So here's the good news. I have a little bit left. If you want it in single, tangy auto ship, I have about 10 dozen left. If you want it in tangy auto, I got a dozen left, all right? Get it home, lock in the price, and make sure you understand that you get free shipping and handling. Guys, it's only the beginning of May, right?
So
you
perfect
got
for
all
this
of
time of
June,
year.
all of July, Father's
Memorial
Day.
Day, Father's Day, all the get-togethers.
All the kids are graduating.
Yes, this is perfect for that. Just pull it out and heat it up. That's all you got to do.
All right, it's brilliant. Is that it for you?
I think so.
You sure you don't want to come back? You want co-host with me?
Sure. Let's do it. Let's
My
talk
buddy.
about, isn't ice cream
Hey,
coming up? I feel like I have to be here for that.
It is. Carrie's coming up and she's got ice cream. Really quickly, you
Yeah.
remind everybody of the wings.
Absolutely.
The wings are almost sold out, but we still have them. Give me like a minute on the wings.
So many reasons to have wings. These are super fast and easy to be able to pop out. These are the ones you want to put in the air fryer because in 15 minutes you have a nice crispy outside. But the thing about our wings, they are smoked, they are not fried, and you are getting that rub. So you're choosing which one that you want, and so perfectly seasoned, ready in a jiffy. And this is the one that you can, pop out just a couple or cook the whole bag, however you like to do it.
Good stuff.
But we have the smoky honey and the sweet and savory. So
They're
whichever
just-
one you think you are.
Listen, all these things that you brought in today are really hard to perfect yourself.
It's true.
Let a professional do it.
And then just heat it up.
Hey, when I barbecue ribs, you guys know the story. When I barbecue ribs, it takes me almost all day. And guess what I'm not in the mood for at the end of the day? Ribs.
You smell it.
Because I smell, I'm just like, get it out of here. But
Whatever.
everybody loves to eat them, but it's a lot of work. All right, 087270. Hey, have you ever tried these Mateo's sugar-free mixers?
Well, that looks like fun.
I brought home the pina colada,
Yeah.
and it's no added sugar. I brought home the pina colada. Unbelievable. If you love pina coladas, or if you love strawberry
do.
margaritas, regular margaritas, I've got all those different flavors. It's a 4-pack, and they are sugar-free. You will never miss the sugar. Add your ice, add your booze, add a little coconut, whatever you want to do to it. Strawberries, throw it in a blender. 4 bottles for $34.95. And by the way, we throw in the pumps. All you got to do is give